Hey guys, it's Jess from Peace Love Books, and today I'm here with the favorite authors I've discovered this year. That sounded like really weird coming out, but the best authors I've discovered. Now these aren't necessarily new authors, some of them have been around for a while, but I finally got around to reading their books, and I'm obsessed. I think I have like 10, a little less than 10, but I have a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to them. The first author actually is literally just discovered this month, and I have now on the 4th book by them this month on audio, and that's Max Monroe. So I don't own any physical books by them. I believe it's an author duo. I listened to the entire Doctor series, so Doctor, OB, ER, and Neuro, and they were amazing. And then I'm listening to Tapping the Billionaire right now, and I'm obsessed. If you like really fun rom-com romances that aren't too funny and aren't too forced, you'll love Max Monroe. I can't wait to read even more from Max Monroe next year and listen to all the audiobooks I can because they're phenomenal. The next author I have is, I've only read one book by them, and it is Rebecca Yarros. I've only read Wilder. I own the second book. I read this because I met her at a Polycon. It was awesome meeting her. I do own her other series as well, the first book in it, and maybe the second book too. Yeah, I own the first 2 books in that series. I need to get on reading that, but this was so much fun. Everybody told me I was gonna love it. I absolutely did. Really great kind of sports romance, kind of more just like, they're like adrenaline junkies, so it's not really sports romance, but it was really good, and I can't wait to read more from Rebecca Yarros. Next is another author I've only read one book from, but that is Jessica Hawkins, and this one is the only one I've read by her, and it was just like super angsty, and there's 4 books in this series, and I'm super worried, but I'm hoping that the next book she ages, because she was pretty young in this, which I didn't really love, but I still love the angst and things that happened, and like the ending was crazy, so I'd have to read book 2 soon, and I recently got that bind up of 4 of her books, and I have an arc of her newest book, so lots of Jessica Hawkins in my future, but I absolutely loved reading her this year. Next is another author I've only read one book from, but I definitely know I'm gonna read more, and that is Devney Perry. I listened to the birthday list, and it was so good, so emotional, but like not too emotional, because it's about a woman who lost her husband and like trying to get over that, and it was just like really good. I gave that 5 out of 5 stars. I listened to it on audio. I really want to read her 2 other series. I've heard they're both amazing, and I've asked for one for Christmas. We'll see if I get it. I don't know, but I definitely am gonna read more Devney Perry next year. The next one is Helen Hoang, which is an author that everybody discovered this year for the first time because this is her debut author, The Kiss Quotient. I am so ready for The Bride Test, which comes out next year in 2019, and she is so humble and she is so sweet. Every time I Instagram about her, she messages me back, and it's just like, oh my gosh, but you're like huge right now and you're reaching out to the little people like me. I just love her. This book was so good, so unique, so relatable. It's about a person who has Asperger's and she doesn't know how to like deal with emotion and people, and Michael was like the perfect book boyfriend, and there's just enough diversity that doesn't feel forced, like it's natural, and she just puts people who they are, and I love that about this book, and I can't wait for even more from her. The next author I discovered was Tahereh Mafi, and I read this entire series starting in the summer, and I can't believe I haven't read this before. I don't even know, this book has been out for a long time. This came out in 2011, so it's been around for 7, almost 8 years now, and I just read it in 2018, but officially obsessed. My co-teacher at school, I gotten her to read all of them. She's on book 4 right now, and I need book 5. That's all I can say. This is one of my new favorite dystopian series, and I'm obsessed with Warner, like all of you are, and I didn't get it when I read book 1, but now I do, and book 4 did bother me a little bit. Juliet was annoying, but I'm excited for more from Tahereh Mafi, and I can't wait. Next one is not going to be a surprise, and that is Gianna Darling. I cannot believe I just discovered her this year. This is book 2 in the series, my absolute favorite. Gianna Darling writes amazing motorcycle romances. The first one was really good, but this one totally took it like to a whole another level. First one was a forbidden student-teacher romance. This one is super forbidden because it's the guy's dad from the first book with someone his daughter's age. But it's really good. If you love motorcycle romances, you'll love this. I compared this to It Ain't Me Babe, this first one, to that one, because there's just the atmosphere and the lifestyle of being in a motorcycle club and getting to know all the people in the club. But I loved it. I love her, and I can't wait for book 4. She won't tell us who it's about, but I can't wait. The next author I don't own from either, and I've only read one of her books in a novella, and that's Sarah Nye. I guess it's pronounced Nye. I think that's how other authors pronounce her name. I read the first Douchebag book, and it was so good. I really want to read more. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. They're really great new adult college romances, and this guy's a wrestler, and he's like, oh, I'm the big man on campus. Why don't you want to date me? And she's like, dude, I'm not into that. And it's really cute, and I cannot wait to read more from her. And the last author is the lovely Mary E. Pierson, which this one also has probably been out for a long time. This one's been out since 2014, so it's only been 4 years that I waited to read Mary E. Pierson, but this was another fantasy that I just absolutely fell in love with this year, and I have not yet read the next 2 books. I probably won't get to them until 2019. Honestly, I have like 10 books I want to read, and it's the 21st today. No, it's the 22nd. It's the 22nd. So there are 9 days left in the year, and I have 10 books I want to read. So the rest of these books didn't make the cut on that list, and I honestly won't even probably read 10 books by the end of the year, if I'm being realistic, but I love the romance. I'm obsessed with the romance in this series, and I was just on the edge of my seat like the whole time. Definitely had me thrown for the secret that was in here that I didn't know who was who, and I thought I knew, and then I didn't, and then I thought I knew, and then I didn't, and I just didn't know. It was just like, I don't know, but I loved it. I love her. Can't wait to read more. And those are the authors that I'm very happy to have discovered in 2018. Let me know down below how long you've been reading these authors or who you discovered this year. I would love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.